Hello my dear YouTube following, hope you're all doing fine today. As I had said in my drum cover of The Phoenix by Like a Storm, I had something of an idea of a video that I'd post next.
Still music related, lads and lasses.
Before I say anything else, I'd like to put this in here just to give at least part of this video some context. I've got one slight conundrum for the life of me. I cannot figure out why this happens, but let me just show you something. Yeah, so this is my hi-fi system here. LG hi-fi system. Great speakers. But for some reason, when I'm recording my drums, I need to put this hi-fi system has got several functions on it, and I need to put it on an auxiliary output so I can hear playback through the 8-track. But for some reason I cannot fathom, it only plays back in mono to this speaker. It only seems to play back through stereo when it's on CD mode, and I cannot figure out why. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a hindrance to me as such, but more of a niggle. Just listening back to music and my recordings in mono, it just sucks, and you don't hear in full clarity what you've actually recorded anyway. So I had Ryan over here the other day and we were trying to figure out the issue as to why this was happening, and we're literally trying everything, and the solution we eventually managed to come across, and it was something neither of us would have guessed, to be honest. It was literally as simple as switching these particular cables from the back of this stereo, the hi-fi system, and the 8-track, just switching them around. They were obviously in the wrong place, but given the fact they look identical, I hadn't even considered doing that before, but yeah, that was the solution to the problem. So finally managed to get a stereo image from my hi-fi system, so the clarity and the sound is so much fucking better now. It's wonderful. The concept I had yesterday for my video today was to let you guys hear the composition of mine and Ryan's most recent song that I've named the Jigsaw, and this is just a demo of it at the minute. It still requires a bass line, perhaps some harmonies and some extra effects to it, but this is what it currently sounds like.
As a whole, there is a sense of reason to live without fear. authoritative allure. A metaphor, self-contradiction, the way things were, the way things are. Find somewhere lead to break the bonds of the construct. The composition begins to fade away as the pieces appear scattered. Made to believe in reconstruction, the views disseminated. Disregard to what follows shortly. Cracked thin puzzle of revealed more prominence. Invincibility of change. Disconcerting feeling of negative repercussions. Jigsaw no longer resembles his name, as the pieces appear scattered. Names to live in reconstruction. A system designed to maintain sanity now fails to propagate what will become.
Oh my god, that bridge may only be a few seconds long, but that transition from the chorus to that bridge is tricky. My god. I've tried to replicate that groove, but each time I play that song, I can't seem to get it the same. Whenever I play it, it always ends up differently for some reason. I've noticed that you guys haven't really caught on to like the drum covers I've done of our own songs, and I talk of like Dream State Illusion in general, which is perfectly understandable. I don't blame you for that, because you obviously want to hear drum covers of songs with from bands you're familiar with. And we're not famous yet. We don't have a record deal or anything like that. I'd like to think we're professional musicians though, and we're disciplined in what we do. We've written 9 songs so far. Given the fact that neither of us had actually done anything like this before, certainly not to this extent, I think it goes without saying that the first few songs we wrote were going to be like entirely experimental. Yeah, they are very diversified in their compositions, ranging from heavy guitar riffs to like fry screams and harsh vocals, like tempo changes and chilled melodic grooves and whatnot. We decided that we want to keep these 9 songs of ours anyway, and yeah, it'd be a shame to just kind of like discard them after all the sort of time and effort we kind of put into sort of like composing them in the first place. So we're just gonna kind of like rework them and get them up to scratch, because yeah, some of them I'm really quite fond of. I had my 2 daughters add some of their voices to a particular part of Genesis of I, which was like a lovely sort of additional part to add to that song. And Manic Overdrive was such a fucking blast. It's just absolutely insane. But I believe all the other songs have potential as well. I like to think that. However, we're trying to reshape our kind of style and solidify our sound. And the Jigsaw is primarily kind of like our starting point, so to speak. Also got 7 or 8 tracks, well, lyrics that I've written for songs as well. One other of which we've started already, called Discord of Numa, and another one called, what was it again? Hemisphere of Echoes, which will be quite interesting. I always like to kind of write in a sort of metaphorical context, so I just kind of find that sort of way of writing somewhat more interesting. But yeah, we've got let me see, Red Serpent, Manic Overdrive, the Hourglass, and Resurrection on our YouTube channel for the time being. Like I said, we're going to sort of rework all these songs, probably just not necessarily kind of start from scratch, probably keep the compositions as they are, but just tighten them up and make them as good as they possibly can sound. But if you want to like check these songs out, just to get a feel for like the sort of music we put together, just feel free to have a listen to them on our YouTube channel and see what you think. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.